And action.
This is take one.
This is take one.
This is scene one.
Shocking to people, we are a one take studio. One take production.
I know. People are shocked because the quality is so high.
This quality is so high.
And it seems like our banter is so rehearsed.
Yeah, it's written. We write a script every...
And then we deliver it so naturally. Mm-hmm. You think we're just coming up with it off the dome. How are you?
How are you, sister?
Sister, how are you?
Sister, I'm good. How are you, sister?
I'm well, sister. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome, sister.
This week we watched episodes... Oh, welcome back. This week we watched episodes 13 and 14 of Stay With Me, the consummate 2023 Chinese drama, BL. And that there are some sisters in this episode. I'll tell you what. There is a real sister.
There's a real sister, honey.
There's
the you can't read the doll.
You can't read. It's okay to be trans. When we started this show, okay, if we were going to get drag, I would have said,
okay,
no.
RJ. It's like Kiki Kaka reading, sure, yeah.
Yeah. But you have to remember that through since the dawn of time, a cornerstone of stupid comedy is people wearing clothes that are not typically associated with their gender.
Yeah. Ha ha hee hee ha ha.
Ha 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 hoo 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 hoo. This is like half of British comedy.
I know.
Truly.
Yeah.
They love it. They still think they're like the groundlings, the Shakespeare's going on. You know what I mean?
What did Ari call it? Like a bloke in a dress? Like that's
a bloke in a dress. Bloke in a dress. They love it. It's so funny. And every culture, I think, has that kind of like thing. It's because it's the forced fish out of water. I can't believe we're gonna talk about Boqueeng this episode this much.
I know.
It's a forced like fish out of water, and it's like a little like, especially when they have to like pretend to be another gender,
which is the theme of the whole show. Pretending to be people that they're not, and then getting caught in that lie.
Yeah, but before we get there, we have some stuff to talk about.
We have to talk about the plot, I guess.
We do. We have to talk about how we get to drag, and then how we get out of drag. Because really, we're on a roller coaster with this show. This is a real raging bull. If you've been to Six Flags Great America. Sorry, I don't know. It's the first roller coaster.
I thought you said Raging Bull, and you know what I thought of?
Raging Bitch?
No.
Oh.
The movie.
Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought Blazing Saddles. And I thought you were like, you're comparing this to Blazing Saddles.
This is a real Blazing Saddles in its way. You know what could make this show better? The Chinese Madeline Kahn.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Yeah.
A singular voice in comedy. This is now going to turn into Boys Love Madeline Kahn, a show in which we just watch Madeline Kahn performances. We start, obviously, with What's Up, Doc, starring Barbara Streisand. I want to say it's Madeline Kahn's
I've never seen Blazing Saddles, so...
She's so funny. She plays a saloon girl.
Yeah.
Every comedy queen's got a saloon girl.
Every comedy queen's got a saloon girl look. That is fact. Well, the people who are not in the same mind rot that we are in.
The only thing I think about now when we do these recaps is the one comment that was like, I live in India and you sound so stupid. That is not what they said.
That's not what they said. It's very sweet.
It was very nice.
Because they're like, I know none of your references, but I am living for every single one.
This is...
It's like when
this is what it is.
It's when a KBL does like a little wordplay joke, and you're like, this must kill right now.
This has to kill.
This
in Korea.
is kill.
No one loves wordplay more than Koreans. We're not talking about Koreans today, RJ. We're talking about mainland China. Mm-hmm. And Wang Ying has been contacting Woobi privately.
Wang Ying has been making content.
Yes.
여러분.
The true villain, right?
I mean, I agree with what you said. It's sociopathy.
Sociopathy, yeah.
Sociopathy.
It's so sociopathy. You know what I mean? It's like so that. So she's been contacting Wooby privately. We need to get out of this. We need to get out of
we
this.
We need to stop
plot
this.
line.
Yeah.
She has broken up with Mo Yi. Okay? She broke up with him. Allegedly. But
we see the scene.
Exactly. Yeah. I know.
We see the scene and he's like, I think we're done. We're going home.
Yeah. She tells Wooby that she broke up with Mo Yi, so she's like, so now I'm just free to pursue Sue. I'm free to pursue you.
Keep going.
Okay, sorry. Meanwhile, Suyu, there's a scene where Suyu, it's like the middle of the night, and he goes and he digs up. You remember how, like, for New Year, they did the wishes under the tree? So he digs up the wishes, even though they're supposed to be there for 10 years or whatever.
It's been like 2 weeks.
This is what's crazy. He digs the wishes up to read Wooby's, right?
Yeah.
Or to read Wooby's or replace his own.
Yeah.
We don't know because
you read
they don't, and it's not even like they just didn't translate it. They do not show.
You see him reading one of the wishes, and then you see him next to a pen, and then folding a new one. I think.
Yes.
And then putting it back in the ground.
Yes.
And then never brought up again.
It's never discussed.
So that's probably going to be brought up at
it's either going to be brought up or it's not going to be brought up, and there's going to be no explanation of what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Suyu is out at lunch at the mall with Miss Wan Ying, who I still say is a slay. Like, in a way that, like, I don't like her.
Yes.
But, like, I'm having...
Slay the giant.
Right, yes. The big bad for the week.
Yeah.
So, he literally starts the conversation. He's like, so when are you leaving? And she's like...
It's like you want to get rid of me so bad. And he literally says, I don't like you.
I do not like you.
He's like
before last year, when we I feel like we don't really know, were they together? Did they just like each other? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He said that he felt inadequate compared to her. And now he's just like, and now I'm really just not interested.
Period.
It's really not. You're not giving what needs to be given.
You're not reading the dolls. You can't read the dolls, unfortunately.
And so now I just don't like you. Sorry. And it's like really awkward. And she's like, can we at least take one last photo together? And I was like, she's going to send it to Wooby. That's going to be continued.
So too, yes.
And it doesn't.
She might.
I guess she could. But
they make up. The boys make up.
And then we see her go to the airport with Mo Yi, who she broke up with. So I don't know, girl. What was it for? What was the point? Not everything has to have a point, right? Art is not... Oh,
okay. She's an art critic. Okay. Art is what?
Art is not utilitarian. Art is not like, we're just speed running through the storyline. Because if we're speed running through a storyline, there's a whole ton of shit we could get rid of. This would be a 15-minute YouTube video if we really wanted to speed run the show.
And yet a music video that was 3 minutes, we spent 30 minutes talking
The only thing about this specific one is, like, I think because I hate... And you're supposed to. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm unique as a person who doesn't...
Unique?
Who doesn't like people who lie. I'm not saying that I'm, like, interesting because I think that way. And no, thank you. So that's all that I'm saying. It was a lot. I'm glad it's over.
I'm glad it's over.
She's really only 2 episodes.
Yes. There's this weird moment when she's leaving in the airport where she kind of like looks back, hoping that Suyu is there. No, girl. He's not coming.
That whole scene is so long. It's fully 1 minute long, and it's just her and Mo Yi carrying their little suitcases to the airport, and then she like looks behind, sees cars, sees people,
and then walks into the
airport.
Yeah, I hope it's done. Also,
I would really like this plotline to not return.
Also, her little fake furs.
Okay.
This fake
You want
furry
to talk
vest.
about efficiency and utilitarianism? It's the costume department purchasing 6 of the exact same jacket in different colors, and then just being like, "This is what you're wearing. You're here for 2.5 episodes if we're really being generous.
We'll just keep going. We'll cycle through
them. Her first, when she showed up, at the school, and we were supposed to believe she was like sweet.
It's like a jean jacket looking thing. Yeah,
that was the only one that was different. Ever since then, she's had like mukluk arms.
Yeah.
Suyu finds in their like shared whatever. He finds the statue of the boy that allegedly looks like him. Although if anyone's ever looked at the both of them, you would say they do not look like each other. And he immediately flashes
to when Wooby says, "I had the statue growing up. It was my mom's last artwork.
It reminded me of you.
And you look so much like him."
Right.
And then flashback to when he had those 2 photos taken of him in his uniform doing that pose.
Yes.
And his dad keeping a second photo.
Yes.
And he doesn't, to give to his mom.
Correct. So he goes to see his mother because of the statue.
Yeah.
What is the realization? Because he just hasn't seen the statue yet, right? So he didn't, but like they already know. The weird thing is like when the statue's set up at the beginning of the show, you think like, oh, the statue is the way they're going to figure out blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But they already know the truth.
Does he think that like...
Is it that he didn't know that his mom knew her before she died?
Yeah. I think she just thought that this was like... But the timeline is weird because she left Suyu's dad to be with him.
That's how it's explained.
But
I felt like
it feels like she.
But then she's already gone.
Yeah, but she's already gone, and then she says
because
Suyu asks,
the photo
right?
given for this thing to be made
to a
off of, right? This happens. And at that point, Suyu in that scene as a little kid says she's been gone she hasn't been here for years or whatever. Yeah. So she's already been gone, and Wooby's mom is still alive. So Suyu's mom left ages ago. So then was just looking for someone rich.
That's right.
It doesn't really make sense because his whole thing, this whole show has been like, you left us to marry rich.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like she left. And then happened to find.
Because Suyu confronts her, right? Like, was this?
Do you think there's something they're not telling us about the dad?
A reason why they broke up, maybe, or something. Yeah. She basically says that like I didn't go into this friendship with her knowing that I was gonna like take her husband,
right?
Because that was kind of like. Both Suyu and Wooby have now implied.
Right. We also find out that it was a car accident.
It was a car accident.
It was not...
And I paused during the reaction because I was like, something about that armed robbery.
RJ is like connecting RJ's seeing the constellations and connecting. Is this a crystal ball?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm seeing the armored robbery be connected to the car accident, connected to the funny bone, connected to the shoulder,
bone,
connected to the It does. I don't know what answer Suyu was trying to get from her.
I don't know.
Just to show.
Yes, I don't either because
he basically says, "What is the? Do you know the statue? Do you know who made the statue?"
And she's like, "I haven't seen this in years."
And then
we get a whole flashback
of her asking Wooby's mom to make the flashback. I kind of am
obsessed that Wooby's mom. I guess we did see her earlier in the show, but like it was dark.
But she was a kid. He was a kid.
He was a kid. This one, he would have also technically been a kid, but I felt like I like how kind of like not glam.
Yes, I thought so too. Yeah, and yes,
because they specifically make a whole thing that Suyu's mom currently is like.
Yes.
She's got the waves. Got it all.
But they keep talking about how Wooby's mom was
40
like
inch.
The Wooby's mom is the real reason why the biotech company
is through her. Family.
It's through her family.
Yeah, because I think Mo Yi is his cousin on his mom's side, not through his dad's side. the fact that in order to understand the show, you have to be like, okay, so the family tree, the lineage.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's very interesting.
From which dynasty?
Because all of the complications so far in the story make sense with what we perceive as like the cultural like challenges that people have in China. So like,
sure,
you know, so like status, class, like working hard.
Like, honestly,
versus,
most of these aren't even specific just to China, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yes.
That's why it's so interesting watching a show as an American who we are fed a media of like China as like this other world.
Yeah.
It's you dig through the earth and you get to China. Like it's upside down land.
Yeah.
And
but
so
in
it's
reality,
so funny to be like,
it's like,
it's everywhere
it's
else.
the same.
Yeah.
Yep. People worrying about money, people worrying about what people
family,
think. Yeah.
Yep. Keeping up with the Joneses. Yep. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
We're
fucked.
Maybe it's the human condition.
And maybe the human condition must never apologize for itself.
So it's Lunar New Year. Suyu is with his, family, and then he just is like, I have to go be with Woobi. I have to go be with my brother boyfriend. And Suyu's dad tries to talk him out of it. I'm gonna say old man Su. That's
Old
what
man
I'm calling
Su,
him now from now on. Old man Su is like a little tries to talk him out of it, which I was kind of surprised
he's just like,
by.
but it's, I think it's more questioning, but it's New Year. It's about being with family.
It's a huge...
And basically, Suyu's like, Mama, he's got no family right now. His mom's dead. His dad's abroad, honey.
He's got my mother, if you want to
He's got my mother, who's... And you think he's spending time... No. Bitch.
So he goes to Woobi's.
He gives him some sweet dumplings. Because that's what you're supposed to eat during Lunar New Year. It's like, have this with him.
In the scene, first of all, it's very nice. They're very... I like their friendship, blah, 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 blah. We know this.
Yeah.
There is a moment when Suyu tells Woobi that until they are married, they are going to spend every holiday together. Girl, we didn't even spend every holiday together. I had to, once we got married, I had to put my foot down and be like, you have to spend Christmas with me.
Yeah. Because my mom monopolized all the Christmases we were together.
I thought...
Because it's like it's a very important Filipino. Like,
this is what I was going to say.
For Filipinos.
I thought white people really had a grip on Christmas until I met Filipinos.
Yes. Because the baby Jesus was born on that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When the star of Bethlehem guided the shepherds and the sheep to the baby Jesus. Again, the way that they're trying to get away with murder.
Oh, I mean, like, they'd set up every time the plausible... We're back. Plausible deniability, we're back. They try to set it up every time, I feel like, to be like, it's fine because they're not gay.
They just want to spend every waking moment.
We just watched 2.5 episodes with Suyu's ex-girlfriend. They can't be gay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, bisexual people everywhere are like, can you just... I'm so tired. Winter break is now over. Congrats to them. I am not... Let me be clear. I am not going to talk about the goofy scenes in this episode. Which include the stupid, like, we're going to cook. And I'm going to burn things.
Yeah, he burns.
Times.
Yes, he burns the dumplings. And then burns fried dough.
Yes. It's the same scene twice. It's the same scene twice. And I was like, listen...
Get your coin.
Do what you got to do.
Fill up those reels.
Now, if this was a Thai show, both of those items would have been like branded.
Oh, absolutely.
And they would not have burned them.
Or
they would have burned them and still been like, this is still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, why are you cooking with that brand? Use this.
So, winter break is over. They go back to school. Sue sees his friends. Woobi's starting to get jealous again. We're in the cycle. Okay.
Woobi, don't be jealous.
There's got to be more songs in the world that have the
Nick
word
Jonas. I still get jealous.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you can do Beyonce then.
Yeah. Oh.
Huge for our recaps. The Taiwanese girl's name is Guo Xiaoru.
Xiaoru, yeah.
Xiaoru. So Mao Chang knows she is like head over heels for him, Miss Xiaoru. And he's like, I gotta get her off my back.
She invited me to lunch.
And he requests Boqueeng's help to get her off his back. And the way, and this is like, so I feel like I've seen this it's sitcom.
Yeah.
It's sitcoms.
Vaudeville, bitch.
He requests Boqueeng dress up as his girlfriend that he doesn't have and pretends to be a girl so that she will like realize that he's
taken
and she will stop pursuing him. Boqueeng agrees reluctantly, but I think at the end of the day, if she's free and not interested anymore, maybe she'll
sealing the deal. Yeah.
Turn her sights. So Boqueeng gets into dragisha.
Day drag.
And honey, it's day drag.
It is day drag. It's beat. She's beat for the gods.
She's beat. She needed to block her brow. I mean, like, there's
she needed to block her brows,
right?
Yes,
like, we're not here to be,
we're not drag artists,
right? Baby drag. We're not here to do that. But there are some things we could elevate the next time we need to go to the mall in full drag.
In order to, fool another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of this? I mean,
of Sister Boqueeng?
Yes, Sister Boqueeng.
Boqueeng.
I think Boqueeng is very cute.
He is very cute.
And I was very shocked that he was kind of unclockable.
This is really pretty. I was like, she could pass if it wasn't for that giant Adam's apple.
Yeah.
She definitely could have passed. Yeah. She was wearing a scarf, maybe.
Yeah. I would have maybe done a better wig.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the dress was the worst part. That dress was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the shoe was smart for first time in drag.
Her cutlets were a little too low, too.
It's a low heel.
Yeah. Her cutlets were a little too low, and that was big.
A big tell.
Big tell. And also, source of comedy. Because everyone was getting a cup.
Everyone was copping a feel of the chicken cutlets. Why? Why is this here?
Couldn't we just say I don't like you? Why couldn't we just say I'm not interested?
Why is it so hard for men?
Why is it so hard for men to just
not? We don't have that problem, obviously,
yes.
But
yappers over here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's very funny.
But
we should have known. Because
that it was going to go into drag.
Levity all of a sudden.
Yeah.
We went from the statue, the reminiscence of the Whoopi's mom and blah blah blah, the horror story of how she died.
We're getting
all of a sudden we're on this we're watching Bosom Buddies. We're watching Bosom Buddies all of a sudden. Okay?
Mrs. Doubtfire ass.
Mrs. Doubtfire. We should have
Tootsie.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Men in drag. Her name is Ning Ning. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's winning season 17 of RuPaul's
She was a
showgirl.
Ning Ning.
Her name is Ning Ning. She was a showgirl. What would be her number? What would be her go-to?
Girl, I mean, this is, if it's not period, if it was now.
Yeah.
Girl, she's singing Espa. Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know your sacrifices are.
Suyu and Whoopi and Duo are also at the same mall at the same time. How very lucky. Because Whoopi's going to treat them to a treat. He's going to treat them to a treat.
Ice cream.
Was it ice cream?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So they get caught by Suyu. There's a bit where...
Because Suyu clocks her immediately, honey.
Yeah.
It was Mama, with that shadow...
Right.
Honey, with them brows.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know my sister. So literally, Suyu was like, nice knockers.
He becomes like a full man in a diner from the 50s.
Honey. Hey, fun bags.
Jesus.
And Whoopi.
I like almost was
I
like,
know. It's like, wait, this is so.
I know it's not real, but like, let's all take a breath here for a moment.
And Whoopi, obviously, Whoopi and Duo see it, and they're like,
Whoopi sees it and is like,
who the fuck is that?
the jealousy jumps out.
I know.
And then Boqueeng walks away to go change. Suyu's like, no, that was Boqueeng. And then Whoopi's like, at least come up with a better story, girl.
Because Boqueeng's like, that wasn't me.
Yeah, Boqueeng comes back and is like, I'm Mask Drag again. Mr. Wu has come back home. Mr. Wu being Whoopi's dad. And he seems to be in his feelings. And he goes... Suyu's mom is like, oh, he's back. Let me, like, prepare lunch for him and we'll, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she goes to bring him lunch and he's, like, in
the dead wife's room.
That they haven't... Now, this happens a lot. It's interesting because I think a lot of the times where, like, people will die in a family and, like, their room stays the same, it's usually children.
Yeah.
Children or, like, children. It's children. It's children. It's children.
I think because she's an artist, there's like a thing about
what are they going to do with the room?
There's like a legacy that's been left behind, that's been taken in a way that like her work is here.
Right.
It's a studio.
Because most adults, I guess, would share a space with another adult. So
it's like, very unique that she had her own space. So it's just hers.
Right. So he goes in the studio and Suyu's mom is like,
and then Suyu's mom starts drinking, and even the housekeeper's like,
okay,
you okay? And she's like, he doesn't even ask how I'm doing. Not mad, but it's like, he doesn't even ask how I feel. As soon as he comes home, he goes straight to her office, which makes me think, oh, she's gonna clear out that room. That was what I was afraid. That's what I thought where it was going. She's going to clear out that room. It could still happen, and Whoopi's like, that's the step too far, you know. That might be step too far for both of them. But I don't know. Whoopi's dad goes a step too far in this episode. So
everybody's taking steps. So that whole scene happens, and we're supposed to sympathize with her and be like, he doesn't really love her, but you didn't marry him for love. So like...
So when they go to bed that night, she's like, oh, yeah, Whoopi and Suyu are living together, I think, because I went to his place and he wasn't there. It was
the
empty.
Apartment in the high rise. The condo.
The last time we saw him and Whoopi and his dad together was Whoopi asking to move back to that condo. Right. So that's why he's like, now he's pissed. Like, I gave him that condo, blah, 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 blah.
But, like, sir, again, you leave. You have not
yeah. And then he's always so shocked when he's come back, but it's like, you can't just be a parent when it's convenient for you.
Are we hearing? Are we using our listening ears today? They're tearing the wall down between the two, between Suyu's Suyu's
they
dad's
said,
house.
Gorbachev, tear down the wall.
They sure did.
They sure did.
It's great. It's a fun scene. Everybody's like in a smiley, jovial mood.
Yeah. Because everyone's helping out, tearing the wall down, blah, blah, blah.
Whoopi's like getting in there. He's like kicking the wall
and Duo's like, let me do it.
Yeah. Old man Sue is like, putting the tiling on the roof, the shingles on the roof.
So Whoopi's
like, let me learn.
Let me help.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, I see you as such a father figure. I just feel like it's a random point to say this. And then in walks
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs.
And Suyu's mom starts berating Suyu's dad to be like, why are you letting like my son do all this labor or whatever.
They yell at they're mad at everyone involved. They yell at Mrs. Zhou for like telling Wooby what to do.
Yeah.
Oh no, she yells at her for telling Suyu what to do.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you're not his mother. Yeah.
They yell at Duo because he was like, get this little girl, clock this little girl. She shouldn't be talking to me like that.
Yeah.
Yells at Suyu. They're mad at Suyu, and then
they get yell at Wooby.
But truly, it's Wooby versus Mr. Wooby.
The Woobies.
The Woobies.
This is a bummer, man.
It's a bummer because I do feel like I still feel like they're gonna try and work through a redemption.
It's also so fascinating because Wooby's like, I feel like I'm loved here. Is basically like what he
the
says.
Argument.
Yes.
He's like, I like these people. They're an actual family, girl.
And he's like, you're spitting on me and my money.
Tue poo poo.
They have a conversation inside the house afterward that again gets heated.
Because essentially Wooby is like, I like being here. Mm-hmm. And it keeps going back to Mr. Wu being like, it's insulting to me that you're not living the life that I work so hard for you to have.
This is, I think, a huge... This is a huge thing that I don't think I normally see so much anymore in like American media. But I remember it's such a thing of like your parents worked so hard to get you to a place. Right. So if you like aren't grateful for it, whatever. But then it also removes some of your own
other responsibilities that are not
but it also removes like your kids like choice autonomy of what they want to do with their lives.
Yeah. I mean that kind of manifests in many ways, right? Like if you have like they have a family business and he's not interested in that.
Right.
Like there are these things that there are certain responsibilities that you assume that your children will take, but it's like you also have to give enough grace to be like, what if they want to do their own thing?
Yeah, I think the show also, and like as we've gone further, we haven't really talked about it, but I think it does a really good job of like really feeling like high school kids versus like their parents, like teens versus their parents.
The weird thing about the money though is very much because I feel like usually what is reality is if you are well off, your parents are like, well, you have to work for what you get. So they have to do like chores or they have to like work.
Oh, I think
do you know what I mean? But is that just American?
I think that's I don't even want to say that's all Americans, girl. I think that is an idealized version that rich people want us to believe that that's how their lives are. It like escalates to where it feels like they're going to come to blows. Suyu's mom tries to get in between and Mr. Wu like pushes her to the ground and she like hurts herself. And then they just like move on into the car after the scene really quickly. Which
we've established that like Wooby's dad may have hit Wooby multiple times already before.
We've established that many times. Yeah. That he's potentially abusive. I don't think it has...
This may be the first time that it's happened to her.
Manifested to, his partner.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I think they're still going to try and make him, like, apologize or something. But it has come now that, like, he will get a comeuppance. He's already shown the violence, too. Yeah. So it's like... Usually when that happens, you're going to get something...
Yeah, he's a hothead.
Yeah.
But so is Wooby.
So is Wooby.
Wooby has some of that, too. But Wooby's righteous. We must remember that.
Righteous.
So we finished this episode with a bunch of like conversations about where we're at in terms of like wealth and poverty. So Wooby and Suyu are on the roof after the events of today, and they are discussing what happened. They talk about how wealth and poverty are not a gap between us. But then Suyu says to Wooby, like, I think your dad and you could get along. there's like a thorn and you just have to remove the thorn and then you could like have a relationship with each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Wooby wants that. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how Wooby... They're not going to come out as gay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how Wooby's dad would take if he was like, and Suyu's my brother boyfriend.
Yes, this is also my lifelong companion.
Yeah. We're going to be spending we're going to be holidaying together. And Wooby says like he's afraid to touch the thorn. I liked this metaphor a lot, actually. Yeah.
And then Mrs. Zhou and
Old Man Sue.
Basically, Mrs. Zhou was like, listen, girl.
I'm working.
You're working. But what's happening? Where's the wealth? Where is the wealth? It's not here. Why don't we take all of our ducats, put it and invest in us? And basically was like, let's just open a shop.
Let's work at the noodle shop together. We'll have an official place. It'll be clean. Because she says like I'm just basically... She has to hide from the city
inspectors.
officials.
Yeah. She basically just pops up and...
But because of that, she can't charge as much.
Yeah.
Because it's like so ramshackle. So that's going to be something apparently. She's
very savvy.
This is RJ's
This is my dream to run a shop.
And I think he would hate that dream the minute he opened it. But...
Well, I'll have a team.
Okay, so you just want to invest.
No, I want to run the store.
You just want to decide the graphics is really what you want.
And like the food. The menu. Yeah.
So you want to
I'll be the creative director.
Yeah. They have this this scene is so cute. They go back to them on the roof. Wooby talks about how he's always wanted to be an astronaut. Which is like... Because they're talking about like what if there were no... limitations imposed upon us, like what are your dreams?
What would be your dream? Yeah.
And so Wooby says he wants to be an astronaut, which is so cute because like honestly I don't think I've ever heard anyone past the age of 5 say they want to be an astronaut.
Right.
So like someone who's like 17 years old saying it is so incredibly endearing. It's so innocent. It's very sweet, which is not that he's like... He's just not like of the two of them. He's not the like innocent one.
Right,
so it's very nice in that way. And then Suyu says that he just wants to explore an adventure.
He wants to travel.
Oh God. He wants to go to
Boys Town,
Soho,
P-Town,
Hell's Kitchen,
Castro.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's the one in Michigan?
Sagatuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Midwest's B-Town.
Yeah.
The Midwest's Fire Island.
Tepid.
I wish I knew the official like neighborhoods in other countries. Like what is it in Paris?
It's not what's the artist? It's not
Montmartre.
Yeah, it's not Montmartre.
I don't know. I just said I don't know. Yeah. So that's very sweet. They want to travel maybe together. So then the episode ends with Suyu reading a bedtime story to
Duo. And it's like literally in the middle of the story. But they like end a sentence and then the fade cuts.
But it's weird.
But it's weird because I was
hate
like
that we harp on this.
I know because I wish it was like while we're hearing it, it's all fading out while he's talking.
You could do that, or you could do like and the end, and like you look down, she's asleep. Episode ends.
Yeah.
But they are just like, and then she went, and the knight encountered the dragon. The where the episodes ends is so weird. That is actually the most. It is more than ADR. That is the most jarring thing for me on the show.
The ADR I feel like has not been as crazy as it was in the beginning.
I think I am just used to it now. I think we're just used to it because there are. I think it's not as egregious as it was in the beginning, but there is stuff.
It was in this episode, the Miss Zhou conversation
a
when
fully
it was
different
off
woman.
Screen. ADR and the fully different voice.
It was like she could not come back to do her ADR.
Yeah.
So they just had...
Because it was something about like the testing or something. It was something about Suyu's like tests.
I don't know.
that he has
Production
to take.
assistant number 6.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you're a girl. Read this line. She was like, okay. And then they just thought that they could just throw it in and we would not notice. But girl, we noticed. I hate to tell you. The hears heard. The hears heard.
The hears heard, honey.
Not your...
Who's your MVP?
MVP of the app.
Adam. It's the dolls.
It's the doll diva herself.
It's the doll diva herself,
It's
Ning
Miss
Ning, honey.
Boqueeng.
It's Miss Ning Ning.
It's Miss Ning Ning specifically.
Because even though obviously it was played for jokes, there was still a moment of like, oh wow, she's so pretty up close or whatever. There was still something that was like, wow, she's so pretty and how she looks right now, blah blah blah. And then Boqueeng's like, I don't know. It's so
No, Boqueeng said that about Xiaoru.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
To like say that like he's doing this because he still wants to like be with her.
Yeah.
So let me dress up in drag and really seal the deal that you're not interested in my friend.
Listen,
anymore.
we don't know what Xiaoru is interested in. What her kinks
Maybe she
are.
was so nervous because she was like, I'm actually so attracted to your girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh my god. This whole time.
I mean, she's the man. Where it's like, whoa, am I gay because I'm attracted to my friend Amanda Byes in boy drag?
Yes.
So
Merchant of... No. 12th Night.
no, I mean
Night.
yes, 12th Night.
12th Night.
But she's the man. Oh, she's the man of 12th Night.
Yes,
I thought
girl.
it was the other one.
Her name's Olivia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's another one. Much Ado is also not Much Ado. The one where they're running in the trees. The letters. Letters in the trees.
Midsummer Night's Dream?
No, there's one where it's letters in the trees. Annie did the scene in acting too.
We all know,
We all
Annie.
know. Do you remember in acting too?
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.